and welcome back to the Stained Canvas. Today I'm going to go and show you guys my sketchbook that I started it in January and I finished it just recently. I'm also working on these sketchbooks as well. If you haven't noticed or didn't know, my mother passed away recently, like just past December, and so I couldn't bring myself to work on large books. I just didn't have the creativity for most of the first half of the year. So I found that working in a small, I don't know, I think this is a 4x7, a very small book. And then I had made this book quite a long time ago. And it's even smaller than that one. And then I've been working in this one as well. But the book I want to show you is this one. It is actually moleskin, and it's like the artist book. So, I started it January 1st. So this was right after I got back from my mom's funeral. And okay, so a lot of this book is going to have just random stuff in it. I wasn't very creative, and I was kind of in an artist block, but I needed to just get my feelings and stuff like that down onto a page. It just, I don't know, whenever you're having issues, if you just pick up a pencil and draw it, for me anyway, it helps tremendously. This was just a sticker. I am a big fan of Supernatural, the TV show, and Carry On. I thought this was perfect for this book because I'm trying to carry on, right? So let's get into it. This was just, like I said, I couldn't bring myself to actually make anything. So I just plopped a lot of watercolor down and just took my pencils and started just scribbling and finding shapes. And that's kind of how this came about. I did this the first day of January. I actually worked on it for like the whole week because every little time, I sat down, I just picked up a pencil and fiddled around and found different shapes and used basic colors. A lot of this book is going to have black in it because I was sad. I didn't feel like making colors. Art is a language we all speak. I just absolutely adore that saying. And again, this is really crappy. Like, it was just, Crayola pencil, I think. It was very sad. This is actually, I had to come up with a thank you card for my son's coaches. He's a soccer player, so I had to do this. And I mean, that was good for me, actually. It got me to do an actual project and get me out of my head a little bit. This is just a black rectangle. A lot of this book, I find I have a recurring theme in this sketchbook, and it's shapes and circles. It's very interesting to see and to look back on your books, because then you see, wow, like I really like circles, or I really like this certain color. I also figured out that in this book I really love Posca pens. I've never had a Posca pen or an acrylic paint pen before, and this book is full of it. I absolutely adored it for using and for learning with. This was a gel plate experiment. I wanted to just, put something in there, and I wanted to write something here, but I didn't end up doing that. But I really just love this robot kind of praying. My next pages are a feather. So this, I was trying to do printing, like kind of using my gel plate and doing different things. That didn't turn out, but I really found a shape in it, and then I used black ink and some white, and I really like how that turned out. And there's another one. I did reductive, so like you're scraping away from the piece of plastic or whatever. And this is another reductive one. And again, I say it's very dark in my book because this is what I could do at the time. I wasn't in the mood for figuring out color schemes. I was just needed to do some art. And I scratched this away with a fork. So, you do what you can do. Here's some swatches that I got, these really woodless pencils, and I wanted to see how they worked out, and they're pretty terrible. But, you know, I didn't care at the time. This was just my book. This is about as colorful as we're getting at this point in time. It's literally smooshed. So I had a gel plate, and I just put some colors down, and I smooshed it on, and then I plopped it onto my book, and that is how I came up with this. It reminds me of a bush, actually, and maybe some trees or some leaves and autumn leaves with the sky around it. I don't mind it. It helped me at the time, so that's what we're going to do. That is a future project I'm going to hide. This was another one of those I had no idea what to do, so I just plopped a lot of watercolor down. I'm probably not going to do anything else with it, but it kind of vaguely looks like flowers in a field, maybe? I don't know. This is not really a watercolor book, right? So it doesn't act like watercolor. It doesn't suck up as well. There's a pear that I was trying to do. And here's a lily. And just some set of flowers. I have no idea. I just, reductive, right? So you put the ink down on your plate, you pull off, and then you stick your book on it. This is kind of what happened. I actually kind of like it. It's very scratchy and scritchy, and you can tell that it's kind of a flower of some kind in a bit of a vase here. I like it. And then we have the mountain and a little bit of a water lake or whatever. Some flowers. This was like a Q-tip. I pulled away the ink off of my plate with a Q-tip. This is where I'm really getting into the Posca pens. I picked up a black and like this gray, and I think the other colors on the other side, and I just literally, it was so therapeutic just to make circles. I don't know what it is, but I really adored just scratching with Posca pen on this page. And I did, I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of did a negative space type of thing there. But yeah, these were the 4 Posca pens that I had picked up because I felt like I needed a little bit of color in my life again, and this is kind of the things that came about from that. I adore this one. The repetitive marks that I made in the background here really were just, like I say, it's like kind of a meditation when you're doing something repeatedly and you're just kind of relaxed and you're just in the zone, and the pen and your arm are kind of all of the same. I don't know how to explain it to someone who isn't an artist, but like, it's like the pen becomes part of your hand and you're just like, doo, 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 and you're just doing it. And this is a lot of negative space stuff. I had a lot of fun doing this one. It's my carrots. You'll see this is in actually all 3 of these books. All 3 of these have some kind of repetitive artwork in it like this. Yeah, so I started with the carrots, and I even did, I think I did onion in one of the books. It's just a really, really good one to do here. And this was done with, I feels like Posca pen here, and this was just my Pilot Bravo, just, and I don't know how to explain how therapeutic it was to make that, but it was. This is just another smooshed down colors. I don't know, there's something about this color scheme I really enjoy. I really like it. So that's that one. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was doing I have this Daler Rowney, or no, Winsor & Newton watercolor kit that I got, and I was like, well, let's just pour some colors on my page and then we'll see what happens. I didn't end up doing anything with this page afterwards, but I mean, at the time, just putting color on my page really helped a lot. So that's what I did there. And we're going to come back to this one because I just want to show you the difference between watercolors that I didn't realize until I was flipping through the book. So this was just another little drawing I did on a piece of paper. Okay, so this is the Viviva watercolor one. And I cannot believe how, comparing the two, how vibrant that is. Like, it's ridiculously vibrant. I love it so much. I love how it, you know, it just blended in. It's beautiful. I love this colors. I'm a big fan of the Viviva, by the way. This was done with pencil and black Posca marker pen. And I was just needing to just sit and doodle and do nothing, just get some art out onto my book. Okay, my mom had these Pyrex milk glass cups, and this was the Crazy Daisy pattern on them, and I was like, oh my goodness, I just love that pattern. So I had to do it in my sketchbook, because when you're not really planning any art and you don't know what to do of art, it's like, you know, something comforting. And it was easy, it wasn't complicated, it was just like, I have this green marker, let's go with it. This is actually a design of a future video that I carved, so it's a block printing, and then this is the stamp of it, and this is all the process of like how I did that. So this is me coming out of my bereavement and actually like being productive again. And don't forget, like all the while I was doing these, I was also working in these 2 books. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is when you're thinking like, you know, I have 3 books on the go. So this is going to be a future art video as well, and it's just me working out a sugar skull, the design of a sugar skull. This is nothing. This is scribbles with watercolor, and then this is Payne's gray watercolor. I was kind of working out how to do like the different values in this book, because I don't know if you could see it, but it's very not good paper for watercolor, but I've used it in there anyway, so you know, doesn't matter. More of the Crazy Daisy pattern, but then I did it with a rainbow background, which I really like. It turned out pretty cute. This was pencil with the Posca pens, and again, the repeated patterns show up a lot in my work this year. Just sitting there doing the patterns, you know, sitting on the couch with my family, just doing patterns, watching old TV shows. It was very soothing and very helpful. This is a work I did in my book. It's just water drops on a window. That's what I tried to do anyway. I don't know if I succeeded in that, but I kind of like it, so I think it worked out pretty good. This is an empty page because this page leaked through a little bit. Again, big on pattern. This is Posca and like paint markers, right? You can tell I picked up several more. I have so many now, it doesn't even fit in like my huge pencil case because I have so many Posca markers. There's just a splotchy pattern, lots of fun just to fill in all the blanks. They're radishes, the same as the carrots, but this is radishes using, you know, negative space. All these little marks were very soothing to do. Here again, more patterns. This is a vase that I have, and I just broke up the background to give it more patterns and things like that. I really enjoy this page, actually. It's very eye stimulating in my eyes. This one is just, I'm trying to get away from black and white, and I really like these 3 colors together, so I just sat there and watched Star Trek and did some did some coloring in my book. That's about it. And this is just nothingness. I look kind of, actually, now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like a comical, maybe like a skeleton. That's the bottom jaw, eyes and a nose, something like that. I don't know. Just all these little marks were very soothing to do, so that's why they're all in there. This was so much fun to do. I actually was practicing in this book because I'm making another video in my Wreck This Journal, and this is kind of a test for the Wreck This Journal, so that's what I did there. It's very, very neat and organic. I love that one. And we have a couple of pages that have nothing on them, and then we're down to my swatch pages, which is pretty a lot here. And that is that for this book, and I hope you liked it. This was my book from January 2000 2003 to August 2003. And next up, I will show you these two books, but not today, because today was all about this one. But yeah, we'll get to these ones later in another video. So I hope you like it, and thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time on the Stained Canvas. So bye bye for now.